My name is Ben Latimer, and I'm working on the Rwanda project for management organizational behavior.
And I'm Dan Hartley, and I'm also part of the Rwanda group for organizational management behavior.
The goal of our project was to set up a relationship between the city of Cleveland, Ohio, and the city of Butare in Rwanda. We wanted to set up a sister city partnership based off of the Rwanda Vision 2020, and we pretty much set up all the groundwork for what they need to do in a step-by-step process to reach their goal of a partnership between the city of Cleveland and the city of Butare in Rwanda.
The guidelines for a sister city partnership with Cleveland are as follows. There are three. Municipal compatibility, which basically means that each city will work together well. The ability to develop and maintain the relationship that it will last in the long run, and the potential to provide cultural, educational, and economic initiatives that are mutually beneficial. So basically that not only one city is going to benefit from the merger, but both cities equally. We created a SWOT analysis, or a SWOT overview, of the country of Rwanda in order to determine which ways in which we can implement the sister city merger with Cleveland. We came up with the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges, which there's a lot of them, so we probably are not going to list them all off, but you will see it later in the project, which came from and is not based off of solely the Rwanda Vision 2020, which basically this document, which was created in 2000, outlines what the country of Rwanda wants to do for the future in terms of expanding and improving the conditions that are already in place. It came about mainly due to the genocide of 1994, which the Rwanda B group has already talked about, but this is kind of a result of that, showing that the country is not just dwelling in the aftermath of it, but looking to move forward.
Our group had the opportunity to travel to DC this year to be part of the 18th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. And from that experience, we not only were able to present our proposal and discuss what we thought would be the best steps to take in order to form a sister city relationship between Cleveland and Butare, but also it was a great learning experience for why the genocide occurred and the things that went on during that time, and getting to meet with Bonnie Musefano, who's the commercial attaché to Rwanda, and then also the ambassador, Kigale, I believe is how you pronounce his name. It was a great learning experience, not only for the history and culture of Rwanda, but also it was a great experience to meet and learn from the people of Rwanda and what we need to do to help them out.
So with all of this information in place, we just had to come up with an idea of how to get each city to introduce each other to one another and get ready for the sister city merger. So there are three possible ways of necessary supportive documentation or evidence in order to establish a sister city merger between Cleveland and another city. And those three are statistical data, books, maps, illustrations, and city promotional material, or a video, DVD, and CD-ROM including PowerPoint presentations. Now out of those three, we thought the idea of a video would be best, especially in today's day and age and culture, where new media is one of the most useful aspects and tools in order to portray an idea to somebody. It's more captivating, it gets the attention of people, and it allows you to really get across the culture of one country or city to the other. So we decided to come up with steps in order to make that happen. The idea is that each city, Butare and Cleveland, would create approximately 10-minute length introductory video each to portray the culture and the mission of each city. That can be done through city officials, through different videotaping or video editing of events that are within each city that really represents the culture of each city and their mission, what they're all about. It would focus on the strengths and opportunities of each city and providing concrete evidence as to why each city would benefit from the sister city merger. Now, first you would present the strengths of Rwanda, which would be things such as the 90% fiber optic technology compatibility within the country, which would be good for telecommunications implementation, 9 free years of early childhood education, and the bilingual population. Those are all part of many of opportunities or strengths of Rwanda and Butare itself. and then also include different things about Rwanda Vision 2020, which is more of the strengths and opportunities. And then for Cleveland, there would be multiple facets to focus on, one being Cleveland Clinic, one being Fairfax Renaissance Development Corporation, which is basically a corporation that works with any organizations within the city in order to help build and create cultural bonds between Cleveland and other areas. And the Cleveland Collegiate Education System. Now, Cleveland Clinic's prestigious position within the medical world as being one of the best would be one of the things to focus on. They have a new technology developed that allows people to even provide healthcare technologically. And then we go into Fairfax's commitment to community revitalization in the Cleveland area through economic development and visioning and cultural ties. And then the summary of Sustainable Cleveland, as well as shots of different things and cultural things in Cleveland. And some of the examples of the cultural facets of Cleveland that would really emphasize what it's about, which were ideas from Mamie Mitchell herself, were the Karamu House and the Rock and Roll Inductees, which are two very pinpoint, accurate things that really display what Cleveland's like. As a cultural sense, aside from the economic benefits and the healthcare benefits and things like that. So by doing so, each video would represent the cities themselves and really show that municipal compatibility between Cleveland and Butare.
To give you an overview of the work that Dan and I did for this project, when first assigned this project from Dr. Spain, we received a packet from her, the Rwanda Vision 2020, and from there we did a lot of research on info on Cleveland and also the city of Butare and Rwanda and the country of Rwanda as a whole. And from there we also discussed the project through a conference call with Bonnie and some of the other members of the group. From there was a DC trip, and I was fortunate enough to go on that trip. And then also Dan and I both traveled to the city of Cleveland to meet with Mamie Mitchell and discuss the video proposal for the project. Dan and I spent a lot of time looking up information on both the city of Cleveland and Rwanda, and more focus on the city of Butare and Rwanda. And our main focus was to not only learn about the country, but also find information on what is necessary to get both countries to work in collaboration with each other. This project was a great learning experience and not only enriched our knowledge on the culture of Rwanda, but also helped us to understand how management plays its role in the relationship between two different cities and even more than that, two different countries.
Yeah, as Ben said, it really opened our eyes to the fact that relationships between businesses are not the only thing that can be beneficial, but also between cities, cultures, different regional areas that really, once established and once they get on the ground running, can really be beneficial for all parties and all aspects.
The service part of this course helped Dan and I to not only get a better understanding of the culture and history of Rwanda,
but it also helped us to grow as people as well. It was not just a business aspect or whatever. It helped us to grow as people and as students. Thank you very much for this opportunity.